Before we start, make sure you follow or subscribe to this podcast because everything you're about to hear is designed to help you speak English with confidence in real life, not just understand it in your head. Now take a breath. If you've ever frozen when someone said, "Tell me about yourself," you are not alone. This happens to millions of English learners every single day. You might know words, you might understand English when people speak to you, but the moment it's your turn to talk, your mind goes blank. Your heart beats faster. You start worrying about grammar, pronunciation, and mistakes. Today, we're going to change that. By the end of this episode, you will have simple, natural ways to talk about yourself in English, not perfect English, real English, the kind people actually use, the kind that helps you connect, make friends, get jobs, and feel confident. Let's start with something important. You do not need advanced English to introduce yourself well. You do not need big words. You do not need long sentences. Confidence comes from clarity, not complexity. Think about this. When you meet someone new in your own language, do you give a long speech? No, you say a few simple things. Your name, where you're from, what you do. Maybe one small personal detail. English is the same. The problem is that many learners think they must sound smart in English, so they try to translate complicated ideas from their language into English. That's when everything breaks down. Today, we're going to make it easy. Let's imagine a very common situation. Someone smiles and says, "So, tell me about yourself." That question feels huge, but it's actually small. It's an invitation, not a test. Here's the first mindset shift. When someone asks you to talk about yourself, they are not judging your English. They are trying to connect. They want to know who you are. That's it. Now let's build your introduction step by step. The easiest way to talk about yourself in English is to use short blocks. Think of them like building blocks. You don't need all of them every time. You choose what fits the situation. The first block is your name. Simple. You can say, "My name is," or "I'm." Both are correct. Native speakers use "I'm" very often. For example, "I'm Daniel," "I'm Maria," "I'm Ahmed." Practice that in your head right now. "I'm," followed by your name. Say it slowly. Say it clearly. Good. The second block is where you're from. You can say, "I'm from," that's it. "I'm from Italy." "I'm from India." "I'm from Colombia." If you want to add more, you can say, "I'm from a small town near," or "I'm originally from," but remember, simple is strong. "I'm from" is enough. Now the third block is what you do. This is where many people panic, but it doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need a perfect job title. You can say, "I work as," or "I work in," or "I'm a student." Examples sound like this. "I work as a nurse." "I work in construction." "I'm a student." "I'm learning English." Yes, learning English counts, especially for beginners. Now let's add a fourth block. This is optional, but it makes your English sound more natural and friendly. One small personal detail, something simple. You can say, "I like," or "I enjoy," or "I'm interested in," for example, "I like music," "I enjoy cooking," "I'm interested in technology." Simple things are perfect. Now let's put all four blocks together into one natural introduction. "Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Brazil. I work in an office. I like learning new things." That's it. That's a full introduction. Clear, friendly, confident. Let's try another one. "Hello, I'm James. I'm from Kenya. I work as a driver. I enjoy meeting new people." Notice something important. These introductions are not long. They're not impressive, but they work. Now let's talk about something very real. Many learners worry about accent. Let me say this clearly. An accent is not a problem. Lack of clarity is the problem. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. That matters more than sounding like a native speaker. Now let's practice different situations, because introductions change depending on where you are. Imagine you're at work. Someone new joins your team. You don't need to tell your whole life story. You can say something like, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I work in customer service. I've been here for 2 years." That's perfect. If you're in school or class, you can say, "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a student. I'm studying business." If you're at a casual event, you can say, "Hey, I'm Lena. I'm from Spain. I work online and I love traveling." Now let's talk about something that helps a lot with confidence. pausing. You do not need to speak fast. Pausing is natural. Native speakers pause all the time. If you forget a word, pause. Take a breath. Continue. Confidence is not about speed. It's about calm. Now let's address a very common fear. What if I make a mistake? Here's the truth. You will make mistakes, and nothing bad will happen. People will still understand you. People will still talk to you. Most native speakers are not thinking about your grammar. They are listening to your message. Now I want to give you a simple trick that makes introductions easier. Memorize one basic introduction, then adjust it. Think of it like a template. For example, hi, I'm Jackie Chiu. I'm from Jackie Chiun's. Jackie Kyun. I like Jackie Chiu's. You can use this everywhere, at work, at school, online, in interviews, in conversations. Let's practice together. Say this out loud or in your head. Hi, I'm your name. I'm from your country or city. What you do. I like one simple thing. Say it again. Slower this time. Good. Now let's talk about interviews, because many people listening to this are learning English for work. In interviews, tell me about yourself does not mean your whole life. It means a short, professional story. Here's a simple interview version. Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm from Mexico. I have experience in customer service, and I enjoy helping people. That's enough. You can add one more sentence if you want, but don't overdo it. Now let's talk about online introductions, Zoom calls, online meetings, virtual classes. Online, clarity matters even more. Speak a little slower, smile if you can, keep it short. For example, hi everyone, I'm Anna. I'm from Poland. I'm learning English to improve my career. Perfect. Now let's talk about something fun. Making your introduction sound friendly without trying too hard. You can add small phrases like, nice to meet you, or it's nice to be here, or thanks for having me. For example, hi, I'm Omar. I'm from Jordan. I work in IT. It's nice to meet you. That's natural English. Now I want to talk about confidence again, because confidence is not something you wait for. It's something you practice. Confidence comes from repetition. The more you say your introduction, the easier it becomes. Practice in front of a mirror. Practice while walking. Practice in your head. Now let's break a big myth. You do not need to sound perfect to sound confident. Many confident speakers make mistakes. They just keep going. Now let's do something important. Let's remove pressure. You are allowed to be a beginner. You are allowed to be learning. Saying, I'm learning English is not embarrassing. It's honest. In fact, many people respect that. Now imagine this. Someone asks you, tell me about yourself, and you respond calmly, clearly, and simply. You don't rush. You don't apologize for your English. You speak. That moment changes everything. Now let's do a longer practice. I'll give you a full example. Listen, then adapt it to yourself. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm from Argentina. I work as an assistant in a small company. I'm learning English because I want more opportunities, and I enjoy practicing every day. That's a beautiful introduction. Simple, real. Now let's talk about what not to do. Don't say, my English is bad. Don't say, sorry, my English is terrible. You don't need to lower yourself before you speak. If you need time, you can say, let me think for a moment. That's natural. Now let's talk about energy. Smile if you can. Not a big smile, just a relaxed face. Energy matters more than grammar. Now I want to help you with one more thing. Questions. After you introduce yourself, you can ask a simple question back. That makes conversation easy. For example, and you? Or what about you? Or where are you from? This shows interest and takes pressure off you. Now let's imagine a full conversation. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm from the Philippines. I work in sales. I like sports. How about you? That's it. Conversation started. Now I want to remind you of something important. English is not about sounding like someone else. It's about expressing yourself. You have a voice. English is just a tool. Now let's do one final confidence practice. Say this with me, slowly. I can introduce myself in English. Say it again. I can speak English. Again. I am learning, and that is enough. Now before we finish, I want you to do something after this episode ends. Write down your introduction, one short paragraph. Then practice it out loud every day for 1 week, just 1 week. You will feel a difference. You don't need hours. 5 minutes a day is enough. You are not behind. You are learning, and every time you speak, you improve. If this episode helped you, make sure you follow or subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Share this with someone who feels shy speaking English. And remember, confidence grows when you use your voice. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. You've got this.